How's everybody doing on this magnificent, marvelous Monday afternoon? I can let you know that my day is going wonderful. I hope that everybody had a beautiful Easter weekend and you guys are healthy. That's all that matters. Glad to see that you're here joining me on this beautiful Monday afternoon. Your girl D with the stories, and it won't be boring. I keep forgetting to say that because that is my slogan. So I have to make sure I add that in there. But anyway, I just wanted to come to y'all today because there are a lot of stories that are in the news. Oh my goodness. And we're talking about Richland County, y'all. I'm going to start off first with the story about this young lady who 13 years old, she stabbed her brother, 18 years old. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. I can't say what happened. I'm going to read this little 30-second clip real quick. So just in case if some people aren't familiarized with the story about what happened, and then we're going to come right back and you're going to get my response, okay? And this happened in Columbia, South Carolina, which is Richland County. A 13-year-old girl is being charged with murder after the deadly stabbing of her brother. The Columbia Police Department said officers were dispatched to the 1900 block of Willow Street at around 9:30 a.m. On arrival, officers found the 18-year-old victim inside a home with a life-threatening injury on his upper body. The teen suspect was arrested at the scene and questioned. Investigators said the girl and her brother were arguing before the stabbing. She was taken to the Alvarez Glen Detention Center and charged. Now, like I said, I don't know what happened, but come on. We got to do better, y'all. I know that there are sibling rivalries. And of course, when I was young, me and my brother used to get into it all the time. But let me go to the next story. Then I'm going to come back and we're going to sum it up and talk about it, okay? We got one more story just like this. And like I said, my platform, I've been saying before, is about domestic violence. And this is domestic, okay? It's not about a man and a woman. I'm sorry, as far as the husband and wife, girlfriend and boyfriend, we're talking about sisters and brothers and brother and brother. This is my next story, okay? This all happened in Columbia, South Carolina, which is in Richland County, okay? Man arrested after allegedly killing his brother with a baseball bat, okay? The baseball bat, y'all. Let me read this little 30-second clip real quick, and I'm going to come back with my opinion about what's all going on here, and we're going to talk about it, okay? The Richland County Sheriff's Department reports a man has been arrested for allegedly killing his brother. Deputies said 41-year-old Samuel Dantzler has been charged with murder. Investigators said deputies were called to a home on the 200 block of Shoreditch Drive just before 5 p.m. on Sunday, April the 9th, for reports of an unresponsive male. When deputies arrived, they found a 40-year-old victim in the backyard. He was pronounced dead at the scene. According to investigators, they believe Dantzler attacked his brother with a baseball bat, causing fatal injuries. Investigators added that Dantzler has been booked into the Alvarez Glen Detention Center. So both the 13-year-old young lady and this man, 41-year-old Samuel Dantzler, killed their siblings. I don't know what happened in this case, but like I said, we know that sibling rivalry does exist, okay? And I want to talk about the story, and this is why I brought these two stories to the forefront, because when I was little, younger, I want to say, my brother and I, we did not get along, y'all. We both have the same horoscope. He's a Sagittarius and I'm a Sagittarius. Two Sagittarius cannot get along. Now, if anybody is a Sagittarius, and if you've ever dated a Sagittarius, you was friends with a Sagittarius and you're a Sagittarius, both of y'all together in the same household, you won't get along. Now, if you're apart from each other, yeah, you're going to get along because The reason why you don't get along is because you're pretty much the same people. You know what the other one is going to do. Y'all pretty much the same. That's just what I gather about Sagittarius. So with my brother one time, like I said, we used to get into it all the time because I am the older sibling. I used to tell them what to do. And I would spank them sometime because I'm 2 years older than my brother. I'm 4 years older than my sister. So I would make them clean up the house, do things that I was supposed to be doing because I'm the oldest. I had to have them to help me. My brother did not want to help. He did not like authority. He doesn't like authority right now to this day either. So this one particular story I'm going to tell y'all about my brother. We were in the house and I was trying to get him to pick up his shoes. He dropped his shoes down on the floor and I was telling him, pick your shoes up. Now, I think I was probably around 10 and he had to be around 8 years old. Don't you know, he got to the point to where he did not want to hear what I had to say because I kept pretty much bossing him around, which I wasn't bossing him around because I'm the older sibling. He got mad at me and I pretty much hit him because he made me mad. I put my hands on, I put my paws on my brother. That's what I did at the time. What I did therefore, I had to pretty much run in another room for my life. He picked up a hammer. Okay? And he threw the hammer at me, which it hit the door and it put a big old hole in the door. He could have killed me with that hammer. But I know he didn't mean to do it if he had killed me, but he was just mad at the time. And I'm saying that to say this. I know that we can be mad at each other if that's your sibling. They may do something to you, but you don't have to kill them like that, like hit them with the bat and stab them and all that stuff like that. The heat of anger will make you do some things that you may regret. So you just have to stop. Think about what you're about to do before you do it. That's all I'm saying. And this young lady has messed up her life. The family will never be the same. The 13-year-old girl, the first story I'm talking about, will never be the same. Like I said, I don't know what happened. They were arguing, her and her brother, before she stabbed him. Don't know what he did to her. If it resulted in him being stabbed like that, what could he have done? I don't know. But like I said, the family would never be the same because she killed her brother. And I know that she's thinking about that right now, that she shouldn't have done that. But some people have so much anger in them and they can't control it. And when it comes back to the next story about the brother that killed his brother with a bat, I don't know what that brother could have done for him to beat him so viciously with a bat that caused a fatal injury. So I'm just assuming he got hit in the head. That's what I'm just assuming what happened, because that's part of the body that you could die from when you hit, like my grandmama say, that lucky lick. And my heart goes out to that family again of that 41-year-old that killed his brother. That family would never be the same because you killed your sibling. And I know you didn't probably mean to do it, but things do happen. And like I said, you have to control that anger. That's all it is. It's just anger. The devil will step in and the devil will create chaos in a family. And then later on, he's going to flee. And then you're going to be left by yourself thinking, oh, what have I done? So just think about something before you do something drastic that will change your life, your family's life. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'm saying that again and again and again. And I just thank the Lord that my brother didn't kill me. And it's not funny, but when I look back on it, how he threw that hammer, he just threw it. And like I said, it could have killed me. He could have hit me in my head or anything. He threw the hammer and it put a big hole in the door. And when my mother came home, and of course, my sister and my brother used to always try to double team me because, like I said, I was the oldest child and I used to tell them what to do. I would spank both of them because they wouldn't listen to me. And I would have to try to get control over them, and they would try to double team me. And my brother, he did have an anger problem growing up, because whenever you would make him mad about something, I would have to hurry up. After I whip him or whatever I'm doing to him, I would have to run into another room and pretty much wait until he cools off and calm down before I come out of the room. Or other than that, he's gonna throw something at you. He was known to do that. And he used to throw rocks, and he would be way, like, I'm talking about a quarter of a mile away. And if he was to see you and he had a rock in his hand, and anybody that grew up with us, my Henley Home family, they will tell you, oh, Charlie, he gonna hit you with that rock. He had a good aim. We used to call him Ernest T. Bass. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. But it's not funny about what happened with the siblings, but I was just trying to, throw some little humor in there about my situation with my brother. But not on a joking matter, think before you do something that will change your family's dynamic. That's all I'm saying. Okay? All right, so enough with that story. And one more story I'm going to talk about is that man in Louisville, Kentucky, that killed the 4 people in the bank. Now, he shot multiple people. I don't know how many people it was, but he was a 23-year-old man. And I think it was probably 9 people or so. I've got the story pulled up in front of me, but it's kind of long. I don't really want to read all of the story, but he apparently had a connection to the bank. I'm assuming he worked at the bank. And a lot of times when you go to work, you don't know what another person is going through or dealing with at home. It could have been somebody like a supervisor or somebody. I'm just giving my opinion on what I think could have happened now. Allegedly, I don't know what happened. He could have been going through something at home. That person or people kept bothering him, picking on him, or wanting him to do something, or he could have gotten fired over something he didn't do, or they said he did. You just don't know what people are going through, so you can't just go at a person and think you could talk to them any kind of way. I've had a number of encounters in my life where I've had, and this was in my younger days starting in the workforce, to where I've had supervisors just because I was young, because I used to take a lot of stuff. They would talk to me any kind of way because I was young and didn't know any better. You have to watch the way you talk to people. But hey, during my latter years at my company, you was not going to talk to me any kind of way. I would let you know whether if it was my upper management or not. You're just not going to talk to me any kind of way. I don't play that. Whether if it's in an email, talking to me, you have to treat a person like you want to be treated. Whether if you are a manager, supervisor, director, vice president, president, CEO, you're not going to talk to Danietta Blackett any kind of way. And they will let you know that I did not play that. Okay? I'm nice. You don't come for me. I don't bother nobody. Never have bothered anybody. But if you come for me, it's on. That's all I got to say on that part. But back to the story with the man that shot those people. He shot, I think, around 9 people or so. A lot of them are fighting for their life. 4 of them have been killed. And they don't know if the gunman killed himself or not. But that's just an awful scene. I'm pretty sure it was devastating for the people that were in the bank and the ones that are fighting for their life right now. The ones that have died, my prayers go out to you and your family. But I just wanted to come to you guys today just to say hi, and not with bad news, because I don't like to deliver bad news. I really don't. But this is something that I'm doing now with my platform, which I said is domestic violence. And this is incorporated with the stories, whether or not if it's siblings, they are considered domestic when you kill one another, or anything go on with you and your brother or sister, or brother and brother, or sister and brother, aunt, uncle, mama, child, domestic. That's the bottom line. That's my platform, is domestic. But on that note, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and D will come back at you soon. You guys have a great day, and God bless.